Hello, and welcome to my short lesson on developing awareness through meditation and prayer. I'd like to share with you a few ways that have been helpful to me and others who thought they couldn't do silent or meditative prayer. You can find a multitude of books promoting a variety of ways to meditate for increased awareness, which is commonly called mindfulness. One of the most popular has been Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. He, along with many psychologists, spiritual leaders, and medical professionals, urge us to spend some quiet time each day directly experiencing the present moment. That is, refraining from thinking about the past or the future, settling quietly in the now, and simply observing what is. Now, here are a few of my favorite ways to do this. Feel free to pause the lesson at any point if you need to stop and take more time with each exercise. A good explanation of the value of spending time in this direct experience is found in David Rock's Your Brain at Work. Rock is a leadership coach, and he says our ability to concentrate and overcome distraction increases as we spend time each day in direct experience. Doing this involves choosing a sense, sight, sound, touch, taste, or smell, and focusing attention just on that one sense for a period of time. This direct experience exercise builds concentration and helps enormously as people prepare to try to contemplate or do other contemplative forms of prayer. Turning our attention to the present moment, we become fully alive to the moment, and that's where we meet God. Many theologians and spiritual teachers argue that the present moment is all we really ever have. Yet how often do we stay there? We're so geared to think ahead, troubleshoot, strategically plan, and obsess, or to dwell on hurts or mistakes from the past, that we spend precious little time in the moment. Also from David Rock's Your Brain at Work is one of my favorites called Clearing the Stage. He invites us to take a few minutes each day to sit in silence using the image of a small theatrical stage. Think of this stage as your working memory, what you're concentrating on at the moment. When thoughts go through your mind, it's as if they are actors taking the stage, and you're the director, so gently clear the stage and sit in silence. As thoughts interfere, gently direct the thoughts, the actors, off the stage. You can do this for a few minutes at a time and build up to more time. Clearing the mind really is the essence of silent meditation. People who are less visual may prefer listening to their breath. Other people like a sacred word or phrase to help with concentration. It doesn't matter how you clear the stage, but it matters that you do it. And it helps to do it regularly, even if you feel like you don't do it very well. The benefit comes from the sweeping of the stage and not keeping the stage totally clear. Another contemplative prayer that I really like is a simple one adapted from Russian Orthodox Bishop Anthony Bloom's classic book, Beginning to Pray. Another way to clear the stage or drop into sacred silence. Set aside at least 5 minutes. Don't answer the phone or allow yourself to be distracted from your goal. Be seated and say to yourself, here I am, seated, doing nothing. I'll do nothing for 5 minutes, or longer, depending on the time you set for yourself. First, notice what's around you. Say to yourself, here I am, present to this room, or garden, chapel, wherever you are. Become aware of the furniture, the walls, any pets or people in the room. Just be present and silent in your environment and relax deeply. Notice your body, mind, and spirit, and relax your body. Allow your thoughts to float by without stopping to ruminate on any one of them, and let your spirit be free. Notice what you feel inside and say to yourself, here I am, present to myself. As your body, mind, and spirit settle down, say to yourself, here I am, present to God. Repeat silently, here I am. And bask in the presence of the holy until you've prayed for your allotted time. Centering prayer is a popular Christian contemplative practice. In this prayer, you don't seek a word or a leading from God. You seek only the mystery we call God. And there's one guideline in centering prayer. You choose a sacred word to return to whenever your mind wanders. If you have trouble coming up with a word, consider using the word love, hope, joy, peace, or serenity. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground and dedicate yourself to being still inwardly as well as physically. If you begin to ruminate, worry, or find your mind wandering instead of being in silence, bring your attention back to your sacred word. That's all there is to it. Many people find centering prayer difficult at first, but don't be discouraged. The human mind evolved to be active and alert, but we can practice centering prayer and discover that over time, we enter into contemplation, that deep awareness of God's presence. Use your sacred word to return to silence as many times as you need to. Try to begin with 10 minutes of centering prayer at first and work up to about 20. I have a few other helpful hints. Become still. Imagine that you're sitting beside a river. Your thoughts are like little boats or rafts gently passing by along the river. You don't get on the boats or follow them far. You simply sit on the banks of the river and allow them to pass. You can do the same thing with clouds. You can imagine this, or you can go outside and do it, lying on the ground and watching the clouds. Your thoughts are like clouds floating past, and you're simply watching, not getting caught up in the clouds or judging the clouds. Some people like the image of their consciousness being like the sea and thoughts being bubbles that rise up, float to the top. Any image that works for you and helps you not be attached to your thoughts or judge your thoughts will do. So find one that works for you so that you can be still and be with the divine and give the divine a chance to just be with you. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of ways to develop awareness through meditation and prayer.